You want people to make a different choice. You have to change the story they tell themselves. You have to change the conversations they're having on the regular. And you have to change the boundaries of what's seen as feasible and possible and smart and what's not. I'm reading from Ayana Elizabeth Johnson's What If We Get It Right? It's an interview with Rihanna Gunright. And they're talking about the Green New Deal, and they're talking about how we change the world in ways that are profitable, because last year, investments in green energy outperformed investments in big oil, measurably, right? And when we see that, we can understand that there is a business case for changing the conversation around investment in green solutions, in reinvesting, in supporting ecosystems, in reestablishing ecosystems in really important ways. There is a business case for doing things well and remembering that as human beings, we are nature. We're not always going to get it 100% right, but right now we're not even interested in figuring out a different way. We're not interested in having a different conversation because so many of us are so deeply invested in binaries. Well, it's either this or that. But that's not true, and that's not real. If we don't get curious, we can never discover all of the options that lie between the extremes of this or that. All of the ways that we would benefit ourselves, our society, our country, our GDP, by investing in the Green New Deal and programs like it that support us reinvesting in infrastructure, which the Army Corps of Engineers has given our infrastructure in this country a D+ rating. That's no good, and it's not safe, and it's not sustainable. We should be investing our tax dollars in things that are profitable and beneficial, right? In investing in organizations and research that are finding ways to profitably benefit the world. Because if we don't, profitability will run up against a giant stone wall of collapse of society. And that sounds pretty extreme, but we're already seeing it. We're already seeing people every year be displaced by catastrophic natural disasters that seem to be, the 100-year flooding happening multiple years in a row. Right? We're seeing catastrophic damage to the world around us, and it will come knocking at our door. Look at what happened in Asheville, a hurricane never ever seen there before. Tornado Alley extremely expanded. That tornado, the kind of sub-tornado alley that runs parallel to it, the name of which I cannot remember, expanding its territory as well. The Great Plains struggling to produce food once again, just like 1930s and the Great Dust Bowl. It's like we didn't learn anything, or we didn't remember, we didn't continue to educate ourselves and make us and deepen our understanding of our impact on the world around us, and the fact that we as humans are nature. We are part of the natural world and meant to work with it. We are meant to be a part of it in balance, a part of the ecosystems around us. If you haven't read Robin Wall Kimerer's book, Braiding Sweet Grass, you absolutely should. You need to read it. It brings hope, but it brings a realistic understanding of what it means to rebuild ecosystems. And when you read that in conjunction with Ayana Elizabeth Johnson's What If We Get It Right, there's a clear pathway to what we can and should be doing, what people are already doing that we could be expanding and building upon. It is possible. We just need to know what to do. Someone needs to tell us what to do. Well, they did in this book. So read it. Borrow it from your local library. I know mine has it. I went to the library first, found it, knew I was going to be spending a hell of a lot of time with it, and ended up just buying a copy for myself. But because I knew it's incredible, and I knew I was going to need to highlight, and I knew I was going to be referencing from it. And I knew it was full of the kind of hope that I wanted sitting on my bedside table for me to reference anytime I needed. And what we now need more than ever is absolutely hope and a path and a plan. So, get yourself a copy of What If We Get It Right?